let's make sure I'm clear. I'm clear inside the camera angle. Because sometimes what happens, is details matter, right? Details matter when it comes to this business and business in
Recording in
general.
progress.
And I want to talk about some proven ways to attract bookkeeping clients from home, okay? Now, these are some things that I didn't know when I first got started. If I had known this back in 2015 when I was starting my accounting and bookkeeping business, I would have grown so much faster, okay? So, number one, who do you know? Now, in this video, I'm going to keep these very, very simple because I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're not inside of our mentorship program, okay? So I'm not going to kind of talk about like some more advanced things, right? Because I want it to be something that anyone can do. Because really, when you're talking about like a business, it's not always about doing like these super complicated like marketing hacks. Oftentimes, it's all about who can do the basics at a very consistent rate, a very consistent path over and over again. That is 90% of the battle. Yes, you will have some advanced things that can make the basics way easier, but if you don't have anything, or if you're like, you don't know what you're doing, this is stuff that works. So number one, who do you know? Start with who knows you. Now, every person on this planet is either a referral partner or a potential client. Now, if they don't have a business, of course, if you're selling, monthly bookkeeping, monthly accounting services, they're not a client. So that means they have to be a referral partner. So you have to learn how to start telling the right people and educating them on how to describe what you do. So when they do run into a business owner that needs your help, they can send it to you under the right conditions, the right pretense. Now, this is something where it's like, Bryce, that's so obvious. I've tried to do that. Well, there's a difference between doing something and doing it right. So, for example, our student Marissa, so she actually got 3 clients. So she made it to $8,000 a month within 3 clients, and they all came from her turning family members who didn't own any businesses into referral sources. Now, the interesting thing is, when I first told her to do this inside of our mentorship program, she was like, "Well, there's no way I can do that. None of my family members actually own a business." And I was like, "Well, it's not about who owns a business necessarily. It's about who can they maybe get in contact with who then does own the business, because that's going to be taking care of 90% of our problems, right?" And once she was able to do that, then it made everything else way easier. So hopefully you can hear me inside of this volume. I know the volume might be off on this main screen, but annoying. So that's number one, okay? And like, you basically, how I would do this is I would basically set aside like a spreadsheet and take a look at every person that's on your LinkedIn, your Facebook, and your phone contacts, or if you have Instagram, even Instagram contacts or Twitter. Put them on a sheet of paper and like just go through their audiences and see if they know any business owners. And then what you can do is you can reach out to that family member and say, "Hey, I've been starting my bookkeeping business. I see that you know Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy, owns this business, and I'd love if you can connect me to him." You know what I mean? And then just like boom. If you can do that over and over again, you'll have a very high likelihood of actually getting clients like that. Now, inside of our program, we do teach you a much stronger referral method, which is learning how to get people who already have businesses to send you high quality clients, right? Because then you just need 1 or 2 partnerships, and they can give you 6 figures worth of partners and 6 figures worth of clients, right? So that's a very heavy ask we do, but at its most basic form, if you don't know how to do that, you can just go to friends and family. Now, there is sort of an art of learning how to get people to send the right clients to you, and we're going to talk about that actually in step number 3, okay? So let's say you've gone through your friends and family already. You've already done step number 1, right? Next thing is to go and start with social media. Now, it's important to choose one social media platform when you're first getting started. Now, I know there's going to be people online or just you hear random marketing names where it's like get to be omnipresent. And when they say they mean like get to be on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, everywhere. That works if you already have a content base, you know what you're doing, and you can make things move. But even then, most people who are very successful in the content game, they're running a different game than what you're playing. You're playing a business owner on social media game, versus a lot of people are playing an influencer game. All an influencer game means that they have to be on as many platforms as possible so they can get as many views as possible. However, for you need to learn how to use one distribution channel. So social media channel is basically a distribution channel for you to get your information out to more business owners. So you have to get good at learning how to use one social media platform so you can learn how to distribute that information correctly, because you don't need that many people. If you're playing the influencer game, you need 1,000 people, 100,000, 200,000 people, so you can get enough critical mass to make money from the ad revenue, right? So if you get like, let's say you get like 5,000 from Facebook per month, and you get 5,000 from YouTube, like, and let's say like from them watching the ads, and the ad revenue pays you 5,000 a month. Then Instagram pays you another 5,000 a month, and Twitter pays you another 5,000 a month. Now you're making 20,000 a month, right? So they need a huge viewership. They need as many people as possible to know they exist. Versus us, we need to learn how to use one platform and get in front of the right people, and then learn how to build that. Because when you get good at one platform, it actually starts compounding. So what I mean by that, so every single day, right, if you're getting new people to follow you on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, whichever one you choose, there's going to be a certain percentage of that market, probably about 3 to 10%, that are ready to buy from you today. But that still means there's between 90 to 97% of people that will follow you are not ready to buy later. Now, that's actually a good thing, because if you're capitalizing on the clients that are going now, you're going to get that instantaneous revenue. But then every either beginning of the year, major holiday, or tax deadline, there's going to be this huge influx of people that previously said no or not right now, that then come back and they want to work with you. So every single year, it should be easier and easier for you to get more and more clients the bigger you build your social media platform. I'm a testament to this too. Every single thing I do compounds over time. That's why over time I don't have to do as much as when I first got started. When I first got started, I used to have to hustle every single day, and it was a lot, right? Nowadays it's a lot more relaxed, and we do way better, even though we're doing less and less and less, right? It's all because everything compounds when you get good at one social media platform. Next thing, step number 3. If sales are hard to get, you are talking to the wrong people. So one thing that will exponentially increase your ability to either sign up clients, attract clients, or even just reach your financial goals is speaking to the correct people. So I used to target startups, right? And the problem with that is that at the end of the call, they'd be super interested, they would definitely need it, and they're like, okay, I really want to get started with you. We talk price, and they would almost never have any budget. And I was like, oh, this is stupid. I thought, okay, so I had to improve my sales skills. So I hired a sales coaching trainer. I got this great script I had to learn how to use, and I practiced every single day. And I was still having people saying they didn't have the money to go, and it's just it doesn't make any sense. But then what's luckily someone told me, and it was a lawyer who taught me this, and it was basically in passing. Said, yeah, I used to have these really price sensitive people, so I just changed the type of cases that I was taking to people that actually had a lot of money, and then it was so much easier. And it hit me. I was like, oh, I'm trying to go after the people that have the least amount of money on the planet. Startup business owners. Think about it. Most startup business owners, let's say they're running a restaurant of some sort, they would have just had to invest $100,000, $200,000, $1 million into this new restaurant and staff. They might not have a lot of budget left over for you, right? Versus if you go after a company that's doing, let's say they're doing, $5 million a year in revenue, and they've been doing that for the last 20 years, they probably have more money and more budget to pay you just from simply savings alone in the business, right? So what I did was I started to switch to go after established businesses. And what I found is that it's actually easier to close a client for $4,000 a month than it is to close a client for $400 a month. Now you might be saying, Bryce, that doesn't make any sense, but if you think about what I just said was, the people already have budget, know they need the help, they have the money to pay for it, they have the expertise to know why they need your help, and they're not going to get on the phone with you unless they really want to work. Because think about it, the bigger company is, the more busy the owners are, right? In a lot of cases, not always, but in most cases, they have more, they might not be busier, running around with their chicken, with the head, running around like a chicken with its head cut off. They're not going to be doing that, but they're going to have more decisions that they have to make on a day-to-day basis. So if you have 45 minutes to an hour of their time, that means that they deem whatever you're offering is very, very important to them. Okay? So that's how you can really start understanding that. And then understand, ideal clients already have money to move and know the value of bookkeeping. If you find yourself having to educate people on why they need bookkeeping, they're probably not the right client for you, and they're not going to pay you a high price point, right? At any time of the call where it's if someone asks well, what's the point of this, or what do you do, or how are you different than everyone else, you've already lost the call. It's over. It's a done deal. It's a done deal, right? You cannot have that happen. Okay? So hopefully these 3 tips worked. Now, again, these are the basics. If we can just focus on getting in front of the right people, making sure you master one social media platform, and then making sure that you understand how to, every person in your life that ever knows you could be a potential referral partner. You get those 3 things down, you're going to be so much more structured and just financially, or just more foundationally solid, and that's going to lead you to making way more money than any marketing hack could be. I see people talking about like, oh, I want to go advertise. You're going to make more money just by getting a couple people referring you clients than you will from spending $100,000 on ads. And this is coming from experience of doing both. Okay? So hopefully you learned something new. If you ever want some help growing your business, maybe you've been trying to grow your business for a while, it's just not quite going the way that you wanted or the way that you planned or hoped, right? If you want to speed up that progress, click the link inside the description above or below the video. Book a call with myself. Let's see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program, okay? I will talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Take it easy and talk to you soon.